Yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Conowitz, and with me as always is the Munsters to my Addams family, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. Bum ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum ba-da-dum, bum 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 bum.
And then we've got my three sons, Nate Laux.
Hi, everyone.
I don't even know how that compares.
I don't know.
It's just
I
another,
was trying to make the connection.
like another
It didn't
show
really...
from like the 60s.
No, that's not. There's got to be a better one.
Yeah.
Was there another one like
But you-
that was kind of the
'cause you're
horror
just- you're
one?
just- you're
Or
just
like my Twilight Zone or something?
Yeah.
like,
no,
you
no,
know.
because he's so wholesome. That's what I was going for.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not very wholesome because you cheated on the games last time, so never mind.
you-
I will
done
never let that down.
It
I
was
will
the
never let
maddest
you
I've
win.
ever seen you.
Yeah,
at
maybe
me
you're
before.
like the.
It was the maddest.
Wait until
Ben.
your father gets home to our Addams family and Munster.
On the way out of the room last time, I legitimately turned back and I said, "Hey, you know you can't cheat on the games, right?"
He was
I was
legitimately
telling
mad at
him,
me, and I was just laughing.
can't do
It's
this.
so funny.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
He doesn't care
The
about
games
us.
part is serious.
I've
Can we
had-
not relive this for the
No,
podcast? We've
because
already relived it so many other times.
I have had 4 people
outside of the podcast
call or text
You guys are so
and ask
lame.
me
Yeah.
about this. I'm not
You're
joking. Charlie Young.
Lame. Oh, Chuck.
I had a
Chuck.
couple friends who thought they were like, that was hilarious.
You guys don't have other friends. Stop it.
Speaking of friends, if you're out there listening to this podcast, subscribe to it on iTunes.
Like us.
Subscribe to it on Spotify if you want to. Give us some ratings that are around 5 stars
Around-
in
Listen
that area.
on that Google Podcast. You one listener that we have.
Yeah.
On Google Podcast.
If you want to listen on Amazon Music, we have no listeners there, so check that out.
Try.
Give it a rating, but 5 stars if you please. And also, if you want to leave a review, just like, man, cool podcast, nice shoes, great face. That'll be fine. That'll be
Find us
cool.
on Hulu.
No, we're not
No,
there.
Not on
yet.
Hulu? Okay,
No,
well,
no, no.
fair enough. We tried. Hey, Brad, do we have a sponsor today?
You know what we do, Ben? And let me ask you a question.
Oh boy,
Listen,
I don't like this already.
what are your favorite gems?
Like Gem and the Holograms.
Well, that's not spelled the same.
Are you talking like gemstones?
Like are you
Sure.
talking, like
'Cause-
righteous gemstones.
Yeah, I was gonna say the righteous.
Do you like
ones.
the righteous gemstones?
I do. I love
Gemstones?
I do.
Yeah,
I do really do.
that's good. Well, I got a little bit of a different gem
You
called.
got, is it uncut?
It's called Mountain Dew Baja Mango Gem.
That sounds disgusting.
And it's it's almost like the gem of the soda world. Like there's indie gems and there's just gems in general. Like, oh, that guy's a real gem. I really like him.
I feel like if you drink that though and you pee, it'll be like a hologram. So Gem and the Okay, that's not.
Actually, so this Mountain Dew is one of my favorite new Mountain Dews. It really is delicious. I like trying all the different Mountain Dews. This one's a great one.
Really?
I love mango flavors.
Shocking all of our listeners.
I love mango things. I like mango juice. I like mango candies. This is just great. This is
Did
great
you
Mountain
just
Dew.
say that you liked mango juice?
Yeah.
Like you've just had mango juice before.
Yeah.
I mean, they
mango
sell
juice.
mango juice in the store.
Hey,
I don't have to put mangoes
Stop
in a juicer.
being from LaPorte all the time.
Seriously,
You're embarrassing us.
They have mango orange juice. They have regular mango juice. Hawaiian Punch has a mango madness
Do you not
flavor.
know they have mango juice?
Like you can get mango juice like orange juice. You
Yeah.
can just get like mango juice more.
It's not quite as plentiful, but yeah, they have it at like all grocery stores.
Never
and stuff.
seen that.
It's-
I've legitimately never seen.
They
mango
they
juice.
have mango juice. They have guava juice. They have
Do you ever shop for groceries outside of the Dollar General?
No,
yeah. Actually, he gets his bread from Walgreens because the Walgreens is just down the block.
I do actually get my bread from.
I know,
Walgreens.
and Aldi is right there, and they charge maybe like a third of what they do for a loaf of bread at Walgreens.
I just never have a quarter for the cart.
They also have boxes.
You gotta-
And why would you need
why
a
would you
cart just for a loaf of bread?
Yeah, are your
Stop being
hands
so
that weak?
lazy.
Because you're gonna hold something like a
Are your
weirdo.
hands so
No,
weak?
somebody hold this for me, like this cart.
Listen to this guy, John D.
He's like,
Rockefeller over here.
I got people to hold the bread for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Where's my limo to take me to Walgreens to buy my $10 loaf of bread?
It was $7.
Jeez.
Wasn't it?
Look at these.
$5.
Look at this guy over here.
It's Hostess. It's like $1.99.
You get
What's wrong with you?
Hostess bread?
From Walgreens. Yeah,
I didn't even know Hostess made regular bread.
that's what they do. Hostess is a bakery first and foremost. And
He
they
actually is
They
using
have
ho-hos.
confectionaries.
Hostess makes Twinkies and cupcakes and ding dongs and honey buns and all assorted sweet snacks. I've never once seen a Hostess loaf of bread.
Then you are blind as
No,
a bat.
no,
No,
what, no.
actually, I did Google it. I didn't cheat. I
You
did
cheated.
Google it.
Well, that's cheating. But
Ben's right. There is Hostess bread.
Of course
that's
there
fi-
is.
That's fine. Just because he's right, though, doesn't make it okay.
it's plentiful. They're everywhere.
I mean, I mean, what do you
Hostess
mean?
is a
Nate,
bakery
Nate,
first and foremost.
Just
Nate,
because
Nate,
he's
Nate,
not
Nate,
right
Nate,
doesn't mean he's okay.
Nate, can I talk to you over?
Yeah. Sidebar.
Whose side do you want?
First of all,
I've
what-
actually kind of ping-ponged here. I don't even know anymore.
by the way, the fuck is this podcast right now? What are we doing?
Guys, this is a movie podcast. Mango Gem, thanks for bringing the money for this episode. I wish it was Hostess. I actually had some Hostess iced lattes the other day, Ding Dong and Twinkie flavored.
I wish we had Hostess money, but all we have is Mountain Dew Gem money.
It's fine. Baja Mango Gem. Drink it up.
Mountain Dew
Slurp it in.
found some coins in the couch and they sent them our way just to say, hey, thanks for sponsoring the show, guys.
Guys, what's the last movie you saw?
I was in Boston, Massachusetts.
Nate, let's start with you.
Okay.
I don't know because I'm watching The Bear on Hulu, and that's
Okay.
all I can think about right now.
TV.
It's a TV
I know.
show.
So
Now,
that's what I'm
sometimes
saying.
we talk about TV.
Listen, it's all I can think about right
Hurry
now.
up and get it out.
I'm obsessed with the show right now. And again, Brad's the one that gave this show to me and said, you got to watch this show.
That's true.
And
I
did.
downloaded it. I sent it to him.
And it's so good. I can't
What's
stop
the
talking
last
about it.
movie that you saw?
First of all, before we do move
Oh
on,
my-
I do want to echo what he says. If you're looking for something to watch,
Thank you.
an
Thank you.
easy breezy beautiful binge, The Bear on FX on Hulu, 8 episodes, under 30 minutes each. Incredible uncut gem style show about working in a kitchen in a Italian beef restaurant in Chicago. Great stuff.
Thank you. That's all.
So what's the last
Cool.
movie you saw, Nate?
Resident Evil on the Netflix.
Is it new?
Yes, there's a new Resident Evil on the Netflix.
So
and it's
they made a Resident Evil 9?
not any good.
No, it's a reboot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not very good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, not very good. I wanted it to be better than it was, and it wasn't. I knew
Now,
it'd
what's
be
your relationship like
disappointing.
with the Resident Evil franchise?
You couldn't even get that out. You couldn't even get that out. Mila Jovovich, let's get there. No.
How do you feel about Paul W.S. Anderson as a filmmaker now? Which of his movies are your favorites?
I mean, honestly, the most recent is that good.
How many did Yui Bowl direct?
Hey, none. But
Yeah, none.
He didn't?
Not
would
the
you
Resident
say-
Evil movies.
No. So, Brad, to
I
get
think
it
he
back
did.
to our
Was
conversation,
it Blood Rain? He did maybe something like that.
Last week.
Silent Hill?
would you rather watch a Resident Evil movie or a Final Destination movie?
Oh, a Final Destination movie in a heartbeat.
Because you ended up really liking
Yeah,
the
to
way it
follow
ended,
up
right?
on this, the fifth one you did.
Yeah, so-
no, I want to say, please. I mean this.
Please.
Don't,
You want me to spoil it?
I don't want
Okay.
you to now
All right, I
because
won't.
I kind of want to get and do
Okay.
what do
It's
the
like
same thing you
10
did.
years out. It's
No, but like
stop this.
now I want to get back into him though because now that Brad likes the fifth one, I'm like, okay, now I'll take a shot at it.
Yeah, I was.
By the way, the fifth one is not the Final Destination.
No, the final destination is number 4, and then Final Destination 5 is the last one. And yeah, the ending is awesome.
Is it two destination?
Electric Boogaloo.
It's the 5-0 destination,
For the 5-0 destination.
and then the next one is 5-0 goes west.
I was just gonna say that. Oh, you beat me to it, you son of a bitch.
But yeah, it's the ending. Yeah, the fifth movie is definitely on par with the best parts of the Final Destination franchise. Very well crafted and executed death scenes and fun twists and turns. And yeah, the ending is it was one of those endings where I was like, oh, no, and it's just great. It's great stuff.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Yes, Ben. What about you?
I was in Boston, Massachusetts this weekend visiting some family.
Yeah, but that's not a movie. What movie did you watch?
And
With them?
well, I'm setting the stage here
Okay.
because they asked us. They have an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they said, "What is a good movie that we should watch on the outdoor screen?" And so we started throwing out all these '90s movies.
Twister.
No, I didn't
No,
want
you
to
didn't.
terrify the
They
7-year-old.
don't get many tornadoes over in Boston.
They don't. Yeah, no, more hurricanes. No, so we had. I mean, they're good parents. We went through the list. You know, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And they've
Matilda.
already watched them all?
Yeah, they've already seen everything.
Manual in Space.
Princess Bride.
Wow.
You know, even like, what was the one that I thought? Oh, there's no way that like they've seen Labyrinth, and even Monster Squad they had seen.
Oh, weird.
But yeah, just like a lot of these movies. And so we finally came up with a new one, The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Ah, there you go.
And they actually hadn't seen it. And so
Good.
we watched it out of the big screen, and their parents were like, I don't think Justin teared up, but Alyssa definitely teared up. And the girls loved it. I mean, of course. And such a good movie. It's the third time I've seen it now.
Do you cry?
I got a little emotional. I
You
didn't cry.
get a little misty.
Yeah. It was so good.
Phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen The Mitchells versus the Machines, make sure you watch it. It's a Netflix movie. Check it out. Very good. Good stuff.
Worth your time.
Much like Resident Evil.
Worth the family's time. Every family deserves a little bit.
A little bit of Mitchell's versus the Machine time.
A little bit of Mitchell's versus the Machine time.
Did you share your latest movie? I forget.
No.
Okay, what is it?
Moving on. Trailer time. Talking trailers.
I just watched
Oh boy.
Police Academy for the first time ever.
No,
Wait,
you
the very
didn't.
first one?
I've never seen any of the Police Academy movies.
No.
So you started with Mission to Moscow,
Right. Of
Right,
course. So
number-
we got to start with the best one.
number 5. And then,
Is that the one that David Spade is in?
actually, I don't know. But you're right. He is in.
No, you're thinking of
one of
Tommy
those.
Boy.
No, he's in one. He talks about it in his book. He's in one of them.
Yeah, we know you're a big Saturday Night Live podcast fan.
Black Sheep.
We got a Saturday Night Live podcast. Much better than this one.
Lost and Found.
He was in a movie called Lost and Found?
Yeah, with Sophie Marceau.
Huh.
She's like the new hot girl in his apartment complex, and in order to try and spend some time with her, he
steals things from her?
steals her dog.
No way.
Okay.
So that he can help her try to find it and like have a meet cute with her. And of course, like hijinks ensue. And
Brad, I was driving down the road the other day, and I thought of this question, and this pertains to Police Academy. Maybe you can answer this.
what's up with the police lately?
No, listen. I was driving down the road the other day, and this is absolutely true. I was driving down the road, and it just hit me, and I thought, what happened to Steve Guttenberg? That's an honest thought I had earlier this week.
Like, why
Or
didn't he
last
have the
week.
same kind
No,
of trajectory
or-
as like Tom Selleck and
No,
or
no,
Ted
no.
Danson? Or
Literally, what happened to Steve Guttenberg? Where is he?
I don't know.
wait a minute, like you write for TVs and
Can you
movies.
do
Like,
Oh,
don't-
you're right. You're right. You know what? That's a good point.
Don't you know
The fact that I write for a movie news and TV news website means I should automatically know the state and location of
No, just
all
like
of all of our forgotten stars.
anything about him.
Of all
like-
of our forgotten
Like
stars.
Steve Guttenberg was the guy.
He was the
right?
man.
Hey, Brad, where's Eve Plum? Oh, Jan from the Brady Bunch? The fuck should I know?
So the fact that you even know who that is, though, like, I
well,
don't,
first of all, the reason I know that is because I grew up watching the Brady Bunch a lot.
You do know.
you moron.
He knows.
You
By the way,
just
by the
called
way,
yourself
he
out.
does know
No,
where
no.
E Plum
No,
is.
no.
I guarantee you, he knows where
Let's
E
get this
Plum
straight.
is.
I know plenty of names, but I can't tell you where they are.
But
So-
Steve Guttenberg
oh,
was a big
Excuse
deal.
me. Forgive me for thinking maybe out of the 3 fucking idiots sitting on this couch right here that maybe the guy that writes for a movie website might know a little bit more
Where
about like
Steve frickin'
what happened to
Guttenberg
Steve
is.
Hey,
Guttenberg.
let me give you another name, maybe on the same footing as
Oh
a
my
Steve
God.
Guttenberg, and let's see if I know where they are.
Oh, okay, great. Go for it.
We go.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, what's she been up to
I
since,
don't know.
since
Oh,
Barb,
I don't
Barb
know.
Wire?
Wasn't she with what's that guy, the WikiLeaks guy, for a while?
Julian Assange?
Yeah, she was with Julian Assange.
What?
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
know
no.
things.
A real thing?
We
No,
know
she really
things.
was. Yeah. So I know things.
Also, just tangentially here, in Boston, we went to a stupid arcade out.
And you
on
saw
the-
Pamela
No,
Anderson?
but they had a barbed wire pinball machine that was broken
Just
in the
barbed
corner.
wire.
Sorry, whatever. See, you know the name of
By
the
the
movie.
way-
Right,
Good
because
for you.
I'm good at that part of my job.
By the way, Pamela
I don't
Anderson's
keep track
a bad.
of stars.
That's a bad example because they just had the show.
Pam and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, but that's about the period when she was most
I know, but
famous.
she
though.
did some interviews. She did some talking during that
I
time.
didn't see any of that.
Yeah, she came out and
I
said
can't
this
help
is,
that you don't do your job.
I don't pay attention to celebrity
As well
gossip
as
or
you
where the
should.
fuck celebrities are.
There was a movie about
You
her
literally-
life,
It was a show about her life.
though. So you do know him.
Yes, the parts that I need to know.
He is just
Jesus.
the worst right now. He is talking out of
my
both sides of his
God.
stupid mouth.
Hey, where's Tom Arnold?
Oh, I know where Tom Arnold is actually because he's good friends with David Spade. and
Oh
all
my
that group. And on
God.
the
You
podcast-
listen to too many podcasts.
I'm just saying. So I do know where Tom Arnold is.
Jesus.
Actually, how is Tom Arnold doing?
I think he's doing pretty well.
Okay,
I think
good.
he's found some stability since his Roseanne era.
Good.
You know, like
Good.
he's doing well. He's liking it. He's also an avid Twitterer. Do you remember he knew Michael Cohen, the lawyer for Donald Trump?
Yes, I do remember this. And he said that he had P tapes.
Yeah, exactly. And so he got pretty famous.
Whatever
during that
happened
time.
with that?
I don't-
What is this podcast?
I don't know.
Hey, anyway,
Drink your
so
Mountain Dew
Police
boy.
Academy, were you as impressed with Michael Winslow at however old you are, 35?
Well,
as
first of all,
was?
I knew who Michael Winslow was just because of the pop culture zeitgeist, and he basically did the same thing.
So just in pop culture,
He basically
you
did the same
understand where
thing-
people are at.
Shut up, Nate. He basically did the same thing in Spaceballs. So it's like I've been aware of Michael Winslow forever. Police Academy as a movie, fine. Some of the humor hasn't dated very well. There's like yeah, like any 80s comedy, there's some racial humor that's like pretty questionable. There's some homophobic language and humor that's like not questionable, pretty bad.
We're past the point now.
One of the movies that I thought about introducing the girls to, I was like, oh, Ace Ventura.
Oh,
no. Take that one right off.
If you can stop the ending, maybe.
Yeah, like, oh God, man, it's so terrible, so not
But
good.
yeah, so yeah, Police Academy. Some funny things in it. Definitely, like just a typical '80s comedy for sure.
No, Steve Guttenberg though, man, that guy was everywhere.
Yeah, I really wanted to start a. Will you guys? Ben, he won't do it because he's grumpy. But will you start a Where's Steve Guttenberg podcast? With me?
Yeah, we'll call it the Gutenberg Bible.
Okay,
and
yeah.
we'll try to
I want to
find
say
out.
there is something where on the internet where someone did try to track down Steve Guttenberg.
It's just weird that Steve Guttenberg was as big as he was, and now he's nowhere. All right.
I mean,
all right, Hillary Clinton.
He skyrocketed in the '80s with Look Who's Talking and with the.
He's not in Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking 2, and also in Air Bud.
He's not in that movie.
He was in Air Bud. He was in Celtic Pride,
in Space Jam,
which is another '90s basketball.
Is he in Blue Chips?
No, but Celtic Pride is another '90s.
Is he in?
He might be.
Is he in Slam Dunk Ernest?
Well, no.
Or The Sixth Man?
No, of course not.
Hoosiers.
No.
Okay.
Well, he might be in Hoosiers.
he was in Short Circuit though. That was good.
What about Eddie?
Short Circuit with Johnny Five.
Yep, that was a really good
yeah.
one. I really liked Short Circuit.
He was also in It Takes Two with Kirstie Alley and the
Los
Olsen
Lobos
twins.
kick your
You know what
ass.
was really good?
Los
Did you ever
Lobos
see-
kick your face.
did you ever
Los
see-
Lobos kick your balls into outer space. Remember that?
I'm not sure you can
I don't
do it that
know
accent.
if you could do that. Yeah,
No,
I
that
think
was
that was
the-
super
it's-
racist. We're gonna have to
no.
cut that out.
No, that's exactly how they said it. In the,
I understand that's how they said
He's
it.
defensive enough that I'm going to leave it in, and we'll see how
no,
it plays.
Johnny Five says it like that in the thing. It's
So
a
help
quote.
me, if people get mad at me for cheating on a game, but don't get mad
Here's
at
the
Matt.
thing you might not remember about Short Circuit. It contains a role in which Fisher
Yeah,
Stevens
Fisher Stevens
plays
does play
an Indian character in
Indian
brown
character.
face.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's
So I'm not sure you want to go to Short Circuit with your let's defend maybe racist
Let's
thing.
just cut all
wanna
this
leave
out.
it in now.
Nope, let's just cut it all
We've
out.
had this conversation. I feel like it needs to be left in.
What
now.
about Cocoon?
no.
Did you ever see Cocoon? That was a Steve Guttenberg film.
It was a Ron
Okay.
Howard picture.
And Cocoon: The Return.
I think Ben's embarrassed to talk now.
I was just thinking about how that comes across. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's not your fault.
Okay, the last movie
It's all right, but
that
I don't-
Steve
I-
Guttenberg was in was a political legal drama called Roe vs. Wade, which is about the overturn of Roe vs. Wade. So I think we know where he's at now.
Also, I would like to point out
He
that.
could be just one of those actors who is doing the movies just to get paid and doesn't actually have.
However, I would like to
a
point
dog
out
in this
that
fight.
Yeah,
Nate
Stacey
didn't remember.
Dash is in that as well.
Nate didn't remember any of this.
So
He's
she's
looking.
a nutbar.
He's looking all of this up. I don't want our listeners to think he knows more than us.
No, I do know a lot, but I did
He's
want.
on his computer a
Here's
lot.
the thing: is I wanted to ask Brad if he knew about Steve Guttenberg, but who didn't know about Steve Guttenberg?
Brad.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I think there was some kind of project where someone was trying to get in touch with Steve Guttenberg, I think, and I don't know if they ever figured it out or anything. A better movie that I watched, I wanted to bring up was Working Girl. Have you guys seen Working Girl?
Was Steve Guttenberg?
I don't think so. Who's in it?
Melanie Griffith and Harrison Ford and Sigourney Weaver.
I think I did see that. Like, is that like an '80s movie?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah. I think
Yeah.
I saw that years and years ago.
It's directed by Mike Nichols, and it's like the 80s kind of movie of like, you know, about the working woman and like trying to like get ahead and like how cutthroat it is and like how, you know, what you have to do to actually like make any sort of headway, you know, in the business world.
Was it pretty? Did it hold up?
Yeah, it really does actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Like the cast is great, the writing is great. It's a Mike Nichols movie too. You know, he directed The Graduate, and he directed The Birdcage. He's a phenomenal filmmaker. And yeah, it's just a really good movie. It has like a good ensemble too. Joan Cusack is in it, Alec Baldwin, and it's Oliver Platt has a small role in it.
Did you see Harrison Ford recently talk the Chris Pratt Harrison Ford thing where Chris Pratt essentially said that
He got asked
Harrison Ford
if he had ever been asked to like maybe play Indiana Jones.
Yep.
And he said he's like
Harrison Ford's like, nope.
Well, Harrison Ford, what he said was he's like, I think that you know, when I die, Indiana Jones goes with me, and no one ever
Jesus
should ever
Christ.
play him basically. And Chris Pratt was basically said he's like, and that scared the shit out of me.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, so I do think that at that one point there was some time when he was asked to do it, or maybe they were talking about maybe him playing like a younger version of Indiana
Well, I'm
Jones.
sure they wanted to reboot the series.
Oh, of course
right?
they have. And just as soon as 3 people die, they'll do it.
And
But
Harrison
until,
Ford's like, not until I die, though.
until
You're
those
not
3 people
redoing
are
it.
dead.
I don't know. I hope not though.
I mean, Spielberg.
You hope that they don't reboot
Lucas
it?
and
But
him
Spielberg,
die.
but Spielberg doesn't even want to direct 5.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter. Like, just let him go.
Wait,
Like, let it be rebooted then.
No.
Are you hoping they don't reboot it?
I hope they reboot everything.
Well, first of all, I hope they don't. I hope they don't reboot anything. If they want to reboot something,
Oh, easy there, Chuckle.
also no.
You're always
Seriously.
fucking up your little words here and there. And I'll
Seriously.
start calling you out on all of them too.
Please do.
You get
Please
to
do.
edit out your words. All right.
Please do.
I hope they reboot fucking everything.
hate
Honestly,
that
no, I
podcast.
honestly mean that. It's just because they make a reboot of something does not tarnish like the
I'm
original
not saying
thing.
no. I'm not saying tarnish. I just don't want them to do it. I'm sick of them doing that with legacy characters. I want that come up with a new Indiana Jones. If you want to make a movie, I don't need to see another Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think that's the whole thing. Is I didn't think Harrison Ford wanted. I mean, you can't do like a new Indiana Jones when Indiana Jones is the character.
what?
You can't do a new Indiana Jones. You can't reboot the franchise because Indiana Jones is the character. He doesn't want
Like,
that
do
character.
a
I'm
new
not sure you
Iron
understand-
Man.
I'm not sure what you understand what reboot means.
You know what I'm saying is you can't like if he doesn't want you to do another Indiana Jones.
Well, first of all, it's
it
not
doesn't
it's
matter.
not up to him. He's not like the owner of the rights to Indiana Jones.
Well, clearly he is because he's saying this, and Chris Pratt's like, "Nah, I can't do it." I don't know if you
Which
heard that.
actor is going to be
The-
like, screw Harrison Ford?
The actor that played him, this 95-year-old man says, "I can't do something, so I'm not going to do it."
I think that was Chris Pratt kind of doing some tap dancing and not wanting to answer the actual question as to whether or not he
Is
actually
this-
was ever in negotiations
Is
to
this
do
a
Indiana
hot
Jones.
take? Like, I think that Harrison Ford is a blowhard, and I just am not a fan.
Oh, you're not a fan of
A blowhard?
I really think ever since,
Wow.
like, honestly,
Wow.
like, he just.
You need to
wow.
stop with the wows. Stop.
No.
You went 2 hours
like,
too far on that
like,
one.
like, wow.
No,
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
You're calling
Stop
Han
it.
Solo, Indiana fucking Jones, a blowhard? The man has crashed more planes than you'll ever fly.
For your
And
entertainment.
he has survived, my friend. And you think he is a blowhard? No, sir. Harrison Ford is a fucking legend,
Fine, whatever.
and you don't understand.
No, it's just he's just so he's so elitist. He's like, I'll play Han Solo as long as they kill me because I fucking hate this character. I fucking hate Star Wars. I fucking hate the fans. I fucking hate all that shit. He
doesn't-
hates it. He hates
You know,
it.
he's kind of
hates
a
it.
jerk about
Here's
that
the- no,
stuff.
here's the
It's
thing.
like, you know what? These films and these fans
They
made
mean
your life.
so much.
They
to,
make no.
Also, you can't be Indiana Jones.
If
'cause
anybody-
it's just me and I'm 90 and we're playing.
Oh my God.
The two famous characters you're known for, like no one else can even touch
Let
them.
a new
And also,
generation
also,
love 'em.
everybody else should just suck my dick for playing them. Get out of here.
First of all, he's not anywhere near that grumpy about those roles. He
is.
He is actually. Most of the time he's playfully grumpy or like very
No.
sardonic about stuff like this.
He's Tommy Lee Jones Jr.
He's definitely not Tommy Lee Jones Jr. He's nowhere near that level. And so like there are things he has said like where he has been grumpy about things, but also he's not like entirely that full of himself. Like that other thing was like it's also like joking, for a big part of it too. He doesn't hate Star Wars fans. He doesn't hate Star Wars. Like the one thing like he did want Han Solo to die just because he didn't want to have to keep doing sequels.
Or press to give the fans any sort of fan service whatsoever.
Let's see, Ben. How frustrated do you get when your stupid customers ask you the same gutter questions over?
I
and over
don't
again?
because they're my livelihood.
No, that's not true. And I
Be
know that's
more
not
like-
true because I've heard you complain before about it all the time.
You're allowed to, like Mark Hamill.
Yes,
probably
you're allowed to complain
privately.
Thank you.
Mark Hamill probably
No.
does that privately. But
I don't
in
think
public,
Ben has
he
ever
loves
put
them.
online that I
You can
hate every
complain-
customer I have.
Just because he doesn't mean you can't. And and of course you can if you're somebody who's in the spotlight.
Of course,
like,
then
just do
then
it.
you can feel
It
the
just
backlash.
feels like you bite the hand that feeds you a little bit
Yeah.
when you do that.
Who cares? The guy has nothing to lose.
I'm just saying. I think we
people's
care, like
respect.
people that are fans of him,
No.
or we don't become fans
And
of him.
that's why I'm
because
like,
it's
I do want to reboot Indiana Jones with somebody better than Harrison Ford because it's possible.
Go ahead, name it.
Chris Pratt.
No, not even fucking close.
I'm just doing this now to fuck with Brad, which is pretty great actually.
I would rather watch Chris Pratt shit in a bucket than have him play Indiana
Yeah,
Jones.
but that you would rather watch that though. Like
you
you'd
would rather
like
watch
that.
that. You would watch that.
You like that stuff.
no, not in the least.
Yeah.
Would I watch Ewan McGregor shit in a bucket? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about Jake Gyllenhaal?
Absolutely.
Are we just doing like is this the game? Who would you watch shit in a bucket? Chris
He only-
Hemsworth? I'd
he only
help
asked
him.
that 'cause
I would
he's-
help him.
Because he's got a weird like anti-boner for Jake Gyllenhaal.
With
I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Chris
You know
Hemsworth,
this.
Chris Evans, Chris Ed Helms. I would yeah.
Okay, you
I'll
went
hold the
with,
bucket.
like,
Chris Helms. I would love to see Chris Helms.
There was so many different actors in that. It was like Chris
I
Hemsworth
tried.
and then Ed Helms.
I couldn't remember what's the guy's name. The other Chris.
Hey,
Pine.
who would
Yes,
you?
that's who I was thinking
Who
of.
would
sorry.
you rather hang out with, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Harrison Ford?
Oh, jeez. Well, why would you even ask that question?
I think he was asking you.
No, I was asking you, Ben.
I've already hung out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so.
Yeah, well, you had lunch in a room with 80 people. Fine.
No, there's
There's
actually like,
18,000 people in the room.
Hey, wait, did you
I've
invite-
actually hung out with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
do you want to know how many people actually were? It was 10 of us.
Yeah, and I'm sure he remembers you.
I shook his hand.
Ugh.
No, you didn't.
I did, 100%.
He shook his hand. I'm pretty jealous.
Did you invite
actually.
Ben?
Why would I invite Ben to do something that I'm good at?
Shaking hands? You're not that good. I mean, I've shook your hand before.
People love shaking my hand. Have you ever,
What the fuck are we talking about?
I go to Comic-Con, people love shaking my
Moving
hand.
on to the most amazing trailer I've
Hold
ever
on a
seen in my
second.
entire life.
Fucking Nate Laux the other day decided to have a fucking Twitter bitch party because
What?
I posted about watching Ambulance again and how good it was, and he goes like, "Is it though?" He's one of those guys who, when someone says they like something on Twitter, he comes in and goes, well, "Actually, I'm gonna come over here and shit on your party."
By the way, it's so fun to get under his skin on Twitter because he does like one little like disagreement with
Well,
Brad on
But
Twitter.
no, but you
Hold
understand.
He's like,
Hold
I
on.
am the
No,
film expert.
no.
I am the film expert.
No, first of all,
Boys.
no. That's not what it's about. What it's about is a very trashy side of Twitter where when anybody
Which
says
I like to live on.
No, when anybody says something that they like, automatically someone thinks it's their opportunity to be like, well, no, I think it's bad for this reason, and then we tell you why you shouldn't like it.
Okay, here's the thing. This is why I'm not a part of that, though. I don't.
You literally are. You just were.
Listen. Stop it.
No, Linda.
Listen, Karen. I don't do that because I
You
didn't
just
give
did.
you a reason. I just said it's
That's
dumb.
worse.
Have you guys thought about getting off Twitter?
Jesus. I have to be on Twitter for my job. He's just there going, let me look at Bible verses.
No.
That is what Twitter is best for, actually.
I'm just on Twitter to really like mess with him.
Well, the fact that you said
he gets so mad.
you said to get under his skin on Twitter. I said you could have just said the best thing is to get under his skin. Period. End of sentence. Like that's my favorite thing to do. I do it every day. I don't need Twitter for that.
He gets so mad.
I just do my
Because he
Harrison Ford
watched
hot take.
Ambulance and he thinks it's the best film of the year, and I'm like, it's just not the best film of the year. All
First
right,
of all,
Brad?
no one said that. And second,
did.
Second of all,
You did on Twitter. I saw
you have no idea how frustrating it is when you are on Twitter for your job, and that's what you see people doing endlessly. So when someone who I know who
Why are you following other people other than Ben and I?
Yeah, just stop.
have you seen your guys' tweets?
They're awesome.
Wow.
It's incredible.
We're
Jeez.
really good at
Got a couple
Twitter.
Harrison Fords over here.
Just
Some real blowhards.
bitter old men that hate their lives and take it out on the fans.
I hate
You said
my
it.
fans.
That was a great Harrison Ford impression.
Yeah, it was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was
I'm
really
gonna
good.
crash a plane and be Indiana Jones until I die, and then in perpetuity.
These are great Harrison Ford impressions.
Anyway, what are we doing
Ben
next?
Kenobi. That was my impression.
Did Harrison Ford as Han Solo ever say Ben Kenobi?
Yeah, that's actually literally what I was thinking.
No,
I
don't think he
and I
did.
don't think so.
No, he did. He did. I remember. It was a cut from the film.
Old Ben Kenobi.
No, I don't think he ever said the name Ben
Why
Kenobi.
would he? Oh God. Well, do you guys
Yeah,
want
no.
to talk about some trailers or?
I think that the show's like done at this point.
Well, I mean,
Pack it up.
I think that people's eardrums have been blown out because we were just screaming for like 15 minutes.
it's tough when you like are doing a podcast with people who say the most asinine shit on the planet.
Like I just watched Police Academy for the first time.
What about Judge Reinhold? What
So you want to
happened
defend
him?
another movie that has racist comedy in it?
Do you guys remember Judge Reinhold?
Yeah,
happened
Police
to him?
Academy.
No, he wasn't in Police Academy,
I'm
but
just- I'm joking.
No, listen. I did read that he tried to get the role that Steve Guttenberg did.
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
That
Judge
makes sense.
Reinhold.
I
was
bet
probably
Judge
up for a
Reinhold
lot
and
of
Steve
stuff,
Guttenberg, yeah, well, they were auditioning for the same roles left and right.
Yeah, but
which
what
is
happened to him,
hilarious to
Brad?
think about.
What do you mean?
What happened to Judge Reinhold? Where is he?
I don't know. Probably the same place with Steve Guttenberg is.
He
They're probably,
retired-
there's
the
pro- they're
retirement
probably
home?
still applying for the same jobs. Loan officer, janitor, I don't know.
Hey, can I be in Left Behind 6?
Yeah, exactly.
With Kirk
Cheesy
Cameron?
Christian films that somehow make $30 million.
They got to be in it.
I'll be the dad from Beethoven 9.
Can
Now that Charles Grodin is out of the picture.
I want to be in
Rest in peace.
Soul Border.
What the hell's that?
It's Soul Surfer, but about snowboarding. Soul Surfer is that movie.
That was so
I thought it was a sequel to Soul Man, and I was like, Brad, dude, easy.
You would love it,
C. Thomas Howell.
You would
in
love it.
blackface is not a good angle for anybody.
but it's okay for Fisher Stevens to do it in Short Circuit.
I didn't say that.
Hey, I've got a question.
What's the last movie you guys saw?
for Bradford? Have you
What happened to Ted Danson?
So he's still around.
Ted
I know
Danson is
exactly what Ted
wonderful.
Danson is.
Do
He was
not speak ill of Ted Danson.
No,
on
we
this
won't. We will
podcast.
not talk. We
All
do
right.
not speak ill of
The
Ted
mayor?
Danson. I
Oh,
loved that show.
I
I
loved
did
that
too.
show.
Cancel it.
Yeah, I was
No,
really
that was
bummed.
another one you got me to watch, and then it got canceled.
Not
That's
my
why I
fault.
don't like to trust you with
You
your
mean Made in
recommendations.
America's Ted Danson?
Getting even with Dad's Ted Danson.
Wait,
I don't know any other like
Was
really
it- was
offbeat
it-
Ted
was-
Danson movies.
wasn't he in the one that you said that Steve Guttenberg was in, the Three
Yeah.
Little Lady?
Three
Well, yeah,
men,
Three
and,
Men
a
and a Baby.
and then
Yeah.
3 men and a little lady.
Yeah, what is it? What I forget. I didn't
Yes,
watch
he
that.
was.
All right, hey,
Look
did
Who's
you?
Talking 3.
I Love My
Look Who's
Dad.
Talking Now, it's called.
There's a film coming out called I Love My Dad. Did you already see that one?
Yes.
That's what pissed me off about this. Is you sent us a trailer of a film you've already seen.
If I didn't send you the trailers for the movies I've already seen, we wouldn't see half as many trailers as we do.
Blowhard.
Seriously, and you don't know where Steve Guttenberg is.
No one knows where Steve Guttenberg is.
I mean,
I bet you Steve Guttenberg doesn't even know where he is.
where am I?
Yes. Ben,
Yo,
did you watch this trailer?
I watched half of it.
Why didn't you finish it?
It's literally a minute and a half.
So I watched 45 seconds because this is the stupidest, most cringeworthy thing in the world. I can't. Why would people make? Why would you make a?
I Love My
Don't
Dad.
get no.
So
yeah.
first of all, it's a true story.
Yeah, it really is.
Makes
a
it
true
better.
Story.
Makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Written, directed, and starring the guy that's
James
like,
Morosini.
Okay,
I've never
I want
heard of him.
to. I want to point out very quickly that I'm sure this is a very, very good movie. I love Patton Oswalt. I'm sure the filmmakers are really awesome. I personally can't handle stuff like this.
Is
I
it
just
because
don't
of the
like.
baggage you have with your
no.
dad?
Is it because you got catfished by your dad?
No. No, this is just so cringeworthy. I can't even.
I will tell
begin
you.
to tell you.
This is an extremely cringeworthy comedy. So much so that the marketing for this movie, the 2 quotes that are in this trailer, are praising and like talking about how hilariously cringeworthy like this movie is. That it will just have you like squirming in your seat
will
and just.
never see this film. I will
No,
never see this
stop.
film. And I mean, I want it to win an Academy Award. I want it to be the best thing ever. I want to be the only person on the fucking planet that's never seen it. I want people to make fun of me for not seeing it. I will never see this film.
You know that when you say things like this, it just means we will get you to watch it.
Were you going to trick me into watching an hour-and-a-half movie? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, he fell into that one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
We will figure out a way.
Nope.
Yeah.
I will see it. Have you guys ever been blocked on Facebook by anybody that you found out that you're blocked by? Like you found
Your
you went to
tangents are the weirdest
You
fucking
went to
tangents.
no, I found this out the other day. I went to somebody's Facebook and I realized that I was blocked by them, and I got really upset about
How
it.
did you go to their Facebook and realize that you?
Because you know they have a very public Facebook page and you were not able to find them?
No.
Okay.
I logged into my wife's account.
Oh.
And then I went and saw that they're still on Facebook.
So-
I just can't find them.
I didn't block you like on purpose.
No,
I just
unfriend me. Why do you block me? Just unfriend me. That's what I don't understand is why don't you just unfriend me?
because then maybe they know. I don't know.
I found out.
They don't
I
want you
found
to
out.
see any of their updates.
Yeah.
If you unfriend me, I don't see your updates.
No,
'cause we're
but
not
but if you
friends.
can
You
still
can
go
see
to
the
search for
public-
their profile and
and
see
you
if they
can-
have anything that is public.
You can
not
see the
if you
public stuff.
don't put it on the public.
But
Like,
no, but that's the thing though. Is some people have profiles that are a little public, and they have it so that if you're a friend of a
do.
friend, they can see your stuff still. And so,
have you ever blocked anybody on Facebook?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you block me?
No, you can go to Facebook right now on your open computer and see that I have not. No, I've blocked a couple ex dating partners. I've blocked a couple of.
Yeah, but this isn't a dating partner. Actually, this is another pastor that blocked me. That's why I'm upset about it.
oh
Yeah. Yeah, this is really pissy. It really makes me mad.
Well, I mean,
We don't have time to unpack all this, but
Anyway, the film is about
okay. I was gonna say why
somebody blocked, or the guy blocked his dad.
yeah, the
right?
son blocks his dad
Gotcha.
because
And that's how he catfishes him.
yeah, and so he decides to. So
And
the
this
movie.
brought up a lot of wounds for me.
really wondering where this was
It
going.
brought a lot
Yeah.
of wounds.
Should've
And then,
watched- should've
and
watched
then
the
later
trailer.
I wondered where Steve Guttenberg was.
I should
This is where my mind
have
goes.
watched the trailer, then I would have known what this angle was.
So Patton Oswalt is this estranged father who really has never been there for his son, James Morosini, who's like in his early to mid 20s. And after getting through some therapy and stuff like that, he decides to block his dad on social media and his phone number to like give him some healthy boundaries. But the dad is just still so desperate to try and keep in touch with his son. He's just this like kind of fumbling, desperate guy who just keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. And so he decides to use pictures of a cute young waitress he met where he lives. He lives further away from his son, to pretend to be this girl to stay in contact with his son. And then the kid starts getting interested, and it turns into like an online dating relationship, and it just escalates and gets worse and worse and worse. And it is a great dark comedy. Patton Oswalt is hilarious in it. It is so cringy.
Rachel Dratch is in her, and I still
yeah,
love
Rachel Dratch is in it. So awkward, so funny, and yeah, it is Just great.
James Morosini also he stars in The Sex Lives of College Girls, which is one of my wife's favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen it. My girlfriend actually watched it as well. She said it was good.
It's very good. It's a Mindy Kaling show. Mindy Kaling always does good stuff.
I mean,
Mindy Kaling being Kelly from The Office, another show that Ben just can't handle because he can't do.
Listen, if I wanted to see a father trying to date his own son, I would have just turned into season 8 of American Dad, where Stan gets an avatar from the CIA and dates Steve. Okay, like that's what I would have done because this has already been done before.
Glad we got that out.
So you do highly recommend though when it comes out, because I think it comes out in about a month, right?
Yeah, it hits select theaters like 1 week in August, like the first week in August, and then it comes to VOD the week after. Or something like that.
Brad, explain to our listeners why they do that. Why do they only go to theaters for like a day?
So for some people, it's more so the theatrical release is more so about like qualifying for awards and stuff like that, and starting like some word of mouth buzz, so that it plays in theaters, qualifies for certain things, whether it's critics awards, things like the Oscars, the Golden Globes, certain guild awards and things like that. And then it comes out on VOD just because that's generally cheaper than releasing it in thousands of theaters across the country. It's very expensive to release a movie in theaters, which is why some of these lower key releases only get limited releases. And then if enough word of mouth happens and it does really well at the box office, then they'll expand and put in more theaters.
Yeah, but I was always interested when you told me that you can't really get nominated for a major award unless it's in the theater.
Yeah, it's got to be in theaters in order to be considered for most major awards.
Brad, I looked that up. It's called Virtual Insanity. It's the 5th episode of the 8th season of the animated comedy series American Dad. I know you were curious about that. So if you guys want to watch a reboot of that, then you watch this cringeworthy bullshit.
Isn't it so funny
with
about
Pat
how
Oswalt.
Ben becomes much of a stickler for the rules of making this a movie podcast, but then when it's convenient for him to bring up a TV show, he just gets his dick out and just slaps it all over everyone's face.
This movie is just a retread of something I've already seen, so I don't need to see it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've literally
weren't you just
this
saying,
exact plot.
Weren't you just saying though? Weren't you just a second ago saying you know what? I hope they reboot everything.
Yeah, I don't need to see it, but I hope they reboot it.
Okay. This is what we do.
Next film. Moving on.
Next trailer.
Virtual Insanity.
What was the next trailer, Nate?
Day Shift, written and directed by stuntman and second unit director J.J. Perry.
Which sounds like such an insult.
It is. It's like
It
the
really
first
does
time.
sound like an insult.
Starring, I will
Best
say this.
boy.
Jamie Foxx. I love Dave Franco. I really do. I don't know why I love. I know you can't like James Franco, but I do like Dave Franco.
I mean, it's not that you can't like James Franco. You just shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like you do you, but
Like you really shouldn't be in love with Louis C.K. right now. But if you are,
yeah.
I had not seen this at all. Like I had not seen or heard anything about this. I really enjoyed this trailer.
Oh, it's bonkers.
It's
I
so
was
much
not.
fun.
I
It's so much
I wasn't
fun.
expecting
No.
this trailer. So like as soon as all of a sudden it became a vampire thing, I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I was in for I'm always in for a good, Hitman movie. So I'm like,
Yep.
oh, cool. It's okay. It's fun.
It was like the best parts of John Wick, Zombieland, and like
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, exactly. Coming together
But also,
for a film.
It looks very stylized, like Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for this. Actually, this looks really good. I was glad you said this because
I'm in.
I am ready for it.
I
and it's
am
a Netflix film, is it?
It is a Netflix movie. It'll be out on streaming.
And Jamie Foxx is a really cool guy, and Dave Franco's really, can play a not cool guy, and so that dynamic's gonna be fun to watch.
It looks like an enjoyable movie. I do like the visual style. I like
Bit of a
that
romp.
the action feels like it's going to be something. And I think that's part of the, why it's kind of important actually that there was a stunt coordinator and a second unit director who is taking the helm of this movie. Because
I like that. I didn't mean to sound like I was ganging up on the guy.
No, it's his
It
first
does
major
sound
film though.
like-
Like
Yeah.
It
he's
absolutely
done
sounds like
like
an insult.
literally hundreds of stunt and he's the stunt guy for all the John Wick films, which if you've never seen are fantastic stunt work.
they're
right?
amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, like, this happens, fairly frequently in the action genre, especially. Is like someone like David Leitch is very good with stunts, and he, has a hand in the John Wick movies and Deadpool, Bullet Train's coming out. Tim Miller is another guy. He was a big VFX artist, and then he went on to direct Deadpool and Terminator Dark Fate. So there's, a lot of people who, when you're doing the crew work, certain positions on the film crew step up.
Craft
Be a
services.
big time director.
I was
Craft
really
services, good.
because I had not even heard of this film, which is a little bit surprising because it has a great cast. It's it looks like really well produced, and it was co-written by Shea Hatton. Have you heard of him yet? But young guy, right? So I go in there and I'm like, oh, he actually wrote like John Wick 3, Army of Thieves, Army of the Dead, and then I'm like, oh,
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
well,
I liked Army of Thieves.
I did too, actually. I didn't think it was the best film, but I enjoyed
it was
watching
great.
it.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
I think he's under 30 years old, though.
It was in my top
The
10.
dude is like under 30, and he's done all of that
Yeah,
work.
good for him.
So I think he could be something in the future here.
He
for
also
somebody to
he's
watch.
something right now.
Yeah, sounds like he's already something.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Even
He could continue to be successful.
He could
You're like, wow.
better
Breaking news here from Nate Laux.
better than
The
Harrison Ford.
Successful director could continue to be a successful director. Is that what I'm hearing?
Wish I could
exactly.
sell a
Burf.
screenplay
Burf.
Have you ever written a screenplay?
in my screenwriting class
Hey, Brad, do you want to write a
in
screenplay?
college.
You want to write a screenplay?
I'm good.
Hey, Nate, you want to write a screenplay with me?
Does it have to do with like dads that catfish their sons?
I am writing this for Steve Guttenberg. Only.
We're bringing back. Steve
It's going to be
Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg and Judge Reinhold, and their father. Get this, Harrison Ford.
I know at least one of those people is not going to be involved with that movie.
I am not your father, Ben Kenobi.
It's a good Steve Guttenberg impression.
Look who's talking now.
Hey, it's me.
I'm talking here.
I'm with 2 other men and we have a baby.
There's a little lady.
Ain't that wacky? Police Academy.
Father of the bride.
Hey, we had
It's
a
not
third
an
trailer. we said we were only doing 2 trailers.
We're
we had
not
a third
doing the
trailer.
third one. I don't
no,
wanna
we had
do
a
it.
third
Oh,
trailer.
we
Yep, we
have
did.
to,
We have to
though.
do the third trailer. Yep,
Have
yep.
to,
It was
though.
so good. You have to.
This sweet tasting morsel of a movie.
Do yourself a favor, pause it, and watch the trailer for the Munsters from
Rob
Rob Zombie,
Zombie's The Munsters.
and then come back after you've seen the trailer. This
This
the
is
only
not
one.
a joke either. Like,
You sit down, you press pause.
we know that you know Rob Zombie from, his
Rob
hard
Zombie.
rock, feel, House
White
of a Thousand
Zombie.
Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, the reboot of Halloween. Ben loves reboots. And this is Rob Zombie's The Munsters, but it's not like this dark, gritty, gothic, dysfunctional
It's
fan munsters. It is
so weird.
wackadoo, straight to video, bright colors, shitty sets, home video Munsters. This thing,
It's so weird.
it's mesmerizing in how
campy,
terrible it is.
Campy but terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
And not even like Munsters campy.
you're
Like, it
supposed
just feels.
to be. Yeah,
I will say this.
the
I
Munsters
actually
is supposed to
did
be
like
campy.
watching the Munster reruns when I was younger. I really did like the Munsters. I like the characters. It's a show that I liked watching. And so I was hoping that, again, reboot it, make it
This-
fun, campy. It is not
This
that.
trailer reminded me of a Rob Zombie movie in which, like, the setup is that it's a and then all of a sudden it turns.
Yeah.
But there's no turn. It's just the campy, weird bullshit setup that's like all fake and silly.
It feels like
Oh,
the
so weird.
the interstitial scenes in Mystery Science Theater 3000, but those are funny, and this is bad.
Not. This is very bad.
This is like the video quality. It looks like someone shot it on a video camera, like an HD video camera, fresh off the floor at Best Buy.
And they decided to go 19,000 Dutch angles in a row
Yeah.
just to try to make it kind of weird and offsetting.
And the trailer looked like a bunch of B-roll film put together. It looks so weird.
Even
Like
the way
it had no narrative to the trailer.
Even the way the graphics moved on the trailer, it felt like a cheap high school video production.
Who's giving Rob Zombie money? Did Rob Zombie produce this?
So it's being released by this arm of like I don't remember if it's like 1313 Entertainment or something like that, but it's a home video arm of Universal Pictures where they release straight to video stuff. What's really funny about this, and we actually just recently found out about this. Initially, this movie was supposed to be was at least rumored to be simultaneously released in theaters and on Peacock. It's probably still going to Peacock, but we had run stuff about this movie on Slash Film with like First Look because some people there's a big history and big group of Munsters fans. It's been around forever. People love the Munsters.
So just to jump in here, the Munsters pinball machine that came out in like 2018 was one of their all-time best hits ever. Like it's people are fans of the Munsters.
Yeah, people love the Munsters. And so that combined with people who like Rob Zombie inexplicably were very excited. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see what this is. We had high traffic on several stories about the Munsters. And then just recently we find out it's only going direct to video. And then this trailer came out and you're like, you're telling me all the hype for this fucking movie and all the interest, and this is what we're getting.
They
This is
squandered
what
it
we're
with
getting.
that.
Ugh. Ugh.
Did he say I'll only direct it if my wife can be in it?
And that's the other
She's
problem with
in all
Rob
his
Zombie
films,
is that
yep.
Sherry Moon Zombie is one of the worst actresses Hollywood has ever seen. There are adult film actresses who have better screen presence and delivery than Sherry Moon Zombie. Rob Zombie, if you're out there listening, come fucking find me, and I'll say this to your face.
Jesus Christ!
That's
man.
how terrible Sherry Moon Zombie
you are
is as an actress.
so put out by this guy.
She's bad. I'm sorry. I hate Rob Zombie's movies. I don't like them.
Oh, you're gonna love our game today.
The Devil's Rejects was not bad.
The Devil's Rejects was not bad.
Wait, that's what I just said.
It was terrible.
Okay, it wasn't
House of a Thousand
terrible.
Corpses, terrible.
No, that's fine. Devil Rejects was the only one
Halloween
that was like
remake, trash.
Oh, bad.
Halloween 2, even worse.
terrible.
Did you do Halloween 2? I don't think he did.
He did.
He did.
He did do a Halloween 2.
But no, the Devil's Rejects was the only one that was like, okay, I get what this brand is going to be, and it's
I
like,
just
whatever.
don't care. I don't like that. Like that's not my kind of like fucking circus weirdo horror bullshit. It's like
You have a different
It's like
brand
if
of
Ti-
circus weirdo psycho bullshit.
Tim Burton.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Fair enough.
80s, 90s Tim Burton. You bet your fucking ass I got a different brand of weird psycho circus bullshit.
What's that one movie with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase where they're Dan Aykroyd?
Spies Like Us.
No, the judge.
Oh, Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah, that's the same brand of creepy weirdo shit that but that worked. Like I fucking had I love
I don't know
that
if I'll
movie.
say it works.
No, I mean as a kid when I
Oh,
watched
yeah,
that, I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like they're all in crazy makeup and whatever.
Look at
Like,
his dick nose.
It was very very Dick Noses.
Oh, it is. It's 100%
No, I
made to
know.
look like a
Absolutely.
dick. Yeah.
All right. Well, because of this,
They should reboot Nothing But Trouble. Is what I'm saying.
Because of the Munsters conversation and because of Brad's
boy.
affection for Rob Zombie and the excitement for all this film that he's had.
Who doesn't
on
love
film.
Rob Zombie?
We made Nate write the game this time so that he couldn't cheat.
So no guarantees that it's going to be good. He's never written a game.
And he's
Wait,
never
wait, wait.
also never listened to an episode of the podcast before he started hosting. So we really don't know that he knows even how to write a game.
No, I don't. I clearly don't. I thought though I'd call this game He Doesn't Wear Abercrombie, Rob Zombie. All right, these are questions pertaining to legendary filmmaker Rob Zombie.
Oh no.
My stomach hurts. Does your stomach hurt a little
Are
bit?
you a little
I don't
nervous?
I don't know
'Cause
that
you
I
should
like
be.
this.
All right, here's your first question. Which 2000 action fantasy film starring Eric Mobius, Walton Goggins, and Kirsten Dunst did Rob Zombie write the script for before getting fired over creative differences with the producers? Nathan Rabin of the AV Club lambasted the film as a repugnant exercise in emptily stylish ultra-violence that plays like the longest, most expensive Rammstein video ever made. Which film is it?
Kirsten Dunst, Walton Goggins, and Eric Mobius.
Mabius.
Eric Mabius?
Yeah.
In the year 2000?
Yep. It's an action fantasy film.
With Kirsten Dunst.
Go.
Yeah. No.
Well, action
Go.
fantasy.
I've never seen Go.
Isn't that like a...
It's like a high school party movie.
Oh, Dracula 2000.
No.
Oh.
Good guess, though.
That is a decent guess.
Yep.
Man, I'm struggling to think of.
A Kirsten Dunst movie from 2000 that's a...
Well, no, that's not Bring It On. Yeah, I can't even think of a Kirsten Dunst horror movie from that
Isn't
period.
it Kirsten Dunst, not Kirsten Dunst?
I don't give a shit.
It's Kirsten, isn't it?
No, it's Kirsten.
It's Kristen, I think.
Her name's Amanda. Amanda Dunst.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Crow Salvation.
Ooh, yuck.
All right.
Brandon Lee is turning over in his grave.
Next question. Rob Zombie is a member of the unofficial Splat Pack, a term coined by film historian Alan Jones in Total Film magazine for the modern wave of directors making brutally violent horror films. Can you name any of the other directors
Eli
in
Roth.
the Splat Pack? Eli Roth. Anybody else?
Uwe Boll.
Lee Whannell.
Yes, correct. Anybody else?
Lee Whannell directed Saw, Ben,
Okay.
and several other horror movies.
Justin Lin.
No. James Wan.
That's gonna be
That's
my
the one
next
I was
guess.
thinking
Yeah,
of,
you were
damn it.
thinking, wow.
Neil Marshall.
Oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Greg McLean.
Who did you say before? Greg McLean?
James Wan.
Greg McLean? Boomer McClanahan?
Rue McClanahan, the Golden Girls. I love it.
No, so here's the list. Alexandra Aja, Darren Lynn Bozeman, Neil Marshall, Greg McLean, Eli Roth, James Wan, and Lee Wannell.
Mm-hmm.
That's the list. Plus Rob Zombie.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. What is Rob Zombie's highest rated film on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
I'm going to say...
Oh, no. This is actually A through D. So you got a multiple choice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
A, 3 from Hell, released in 2019. B, 31, which is released in 2016. C, Halloween, released in 2007. And D, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Corpses.
I
think it's House of a Thousand Corpses.
I'm going to say Halloween.
You think that's on the highest on the tomato meter?
I said my guess twice now.
Actually, 3 times. You said it 3 times.
The answer is 3 from Hell with a 58%.
Wow.
Okay.
Bonus question: what is Rob Zombie's highest rated film on the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Devil's Rejects.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
The Devil's Rejects at 78%.
Oh, wow.
Before the success of his...
so mad that I'm up this late and we're talking about Rob Zombie.
Wait, I got 2 more questions for you. All right. Before the success of his band, White Zombie, Rob Zombie was a production assistant for what television series from the late 1980s?
The reboot of The Twilight Zone.
The Outer Limits.
Before he was a musician, he was a production assistant for a television.
The Outer Limits.
Nope.
Northern Exposure.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Pee-wee's Playhouse of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Bonus question: the last Munsters movie made was the 1996 classic film The Munsters Scare Little Christmas, where, as you remember, Eddie was feeling homesick for a good old-fashioned Transylvania Christmas, which eventually led one of Grandpa's experiments to go awry.
Why wouldn't it?
Accidentally transporting Santa Claus and his elves to the Munster Mansion, putting all of Christmas in jeopardy for the entire world. Eddie Munster was played brilliantly by a noted child actor who had just 2 years earlier got his start in Hollywood portraying Carl Alfalfa Switzer in Penelope Spheris' Little Rascals adaptation, which shockingly to many only has a 23% approval rating.
Jake
on
Gyllenhaal.
So where is the fucking question?
Ben and Brad.
Who was that child actor?
Who was the actor?
Bug Hall.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Who became a very
handsome man.
Catholic.
Did he really?
He quit Hollywood. Yeah, I just found it. He got arrested.
The kid who played Alfalfa in the Little Rascals movie. His name is Bug Hall.
He got arrested in 2021 and then became a militant traditional Catholic.
Militant?
Oh, yeah.
Like in what way?
Like lives off the earth, like wife wears dresses, and like if you...
Is that what the word militant means?
Like, yeah, you use militant in that way. Like you're very like serious and like...
by the book.
Yeah, by the book. And so, like, very traditional Catholic. Quit Hollywood.
Handmaid's Tale.
Talks about Hollywood
Handmaid's
having...
Tale.
Never read it.
Will you stop correcting us all the time?
I'm sorry.
Loves that. Nobody loves that.
You have to say titles correctly. It's literally one of the rules of one of the games we play.
No.
That's not.
If he said Handmaid's Tale during one of the games we played, first of all, it wouldn't happen because it's a TV show. And second of all, he would be out because that's not the title of the thing.
I want to congratulate Ben Conowitz for winning that game.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
Way
that
to go.
so much. I'll tell you.
He doesn't wear Abercrombie, that Rob Zombie. Way to go, buddy.
I'm pretty sure it was tied.
You know what? No, because there were points for attitude, and Ben just won them.
Okay, so this is Nate's never right again.
Oh, also, we didn't have Nate sing a song.
Oh, you're right.
You just glanced. You sneaky snake, Charles.
Snake Charles.
I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I can't even talk anymore.
Nate, please.
Yeah,
give us your theme song.
He doesn't wear Abercrombie. Rob Zombie. Hey,
here's
play some games. Play some games with Zombie. Okay, it's all right.
I will say that I don't believe that Nate made that up on the spot. I'm pretty sure he wrote that previously. I'm just never going to trust him ever.
Do you not write your game? You wrote your game beforehand. That's not
no, your game, the song.
I did not prepare that beforehand.
I don't believe you.
I think, Ben, you're just upset that you're now the weakest link when it comes to
you
musical
really
improv.
You are the worst songwriter I've ever met.
Wow.
And you've
hey.
met Scott Stapp.
Brad, prove me wrong.
It's gonna take some time, but I don't have my computer in front of me. So. Wow. I mean,
Better songwriter, me, Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, Steve Guttenberg in a heartbeat.
Oh, come
He
on.
does that. Yeah, he does that song in.
So, well, Nate, good job writing your first game.
Actually, yeah, it was a pretty good game.
Thank you. I really enjoyed
wordy.
writing it.
A little wordy.
Well, no, here's the
Little
thing.
long
Very long lead questions.
Long on the tooth.
No, here's the thing: is The Munsters Scary Little Christmas is a film that needs a lot of time to explain. Not everyone has seen that gem of a film.
Was your entire lead up just to talk about that movie?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's all I cared about.
What would you have done if we didn't include the Munsters?
I just done it anyway.
Well, I just wrote a different game, but it was so much more fun to write a Rob Zombie game. I've been wanting for years to
write a Rob Zombie game.
Write a Rob Zombie game, and I finally had the opportunity today. You know what? I took it.
In Nate's line of work, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities to write about stuff like Rob Zombie and have fun with it.
Well, he gets to write about a zombie. Technically, right?
Yeah.
Well, that happened. Yeah.
We'll allow it.
Oh, having a good time.
For those who don't understand, we're talking about Jesus.
He was in a cave and came back to life.
That's right.
So technically,
Who Bug Hall seems to like a lot right now.
Easter, he came back and gave all the children eggs.
That's how I was taught.
Yes.
By my militant Catholic father.
Did you guys see when they did the you probably didn't care because you were too old to care about Little Rascals when it came out, but I was like right in that
No,
sweet spot.
I like the Little Rascals, yeah.
Okay, so
Nate, you're very old. We're not talking about the original.
I was 18, but I really liked it. Yeah.
That's a little weird. I was 18, but fuck, I loved Little Rascals.
Oh my God, get in that wagon and get pulled.
That's right, Froggy. I like that deep voice. Anyway,
Stop it.
the movie, they did a reunion with the cast as like this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think, where like they got them all back like as adults and stuff like that, and did like photo shoots and everything. And it was crazy. Like it's a lot of them. It's funny to see because like they still have the same face, but they're just like full grown adults now.
Like
They didn't replace their faces?
Isn't like that creepy guy from The Sandlot who still looks like the catcher from The Sandlot?
He really does. He just
he
looks like he's had
does.
some drinks.
Yeah, it's this like he's
But
like
the
that
same freckles, the same like everything.
It's a
Yeah,
job-
he just has more sunken in eyes, basically.
It's a John Mulaney bit where he's like that tall child looks terrible.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I think. I was like, oh, he hasn't really taken good care of himself since yesterday when he was in 6th grade.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but yeah, it was really fun to see get the cast back together. They did that once too for they got the Lost Boys from Hook back together. Dante Bosco, who played Rufio, and a bunch of the
And
kids.
that was the first movie I suggested for out in Boston to show the girls.
Hook.
Yeah, and they've already seen it.
There you go.
Good parents.
Good parenting.
I'm telling you.
You should show them Carpool with Tom Arnold and David Paymer.
No, they'd already seen The Stupids, and that was enough for them.
I don't know. Carpool has a lot of more clever humor.
How about Rat Race?
That's not really a kids movie.
No,
Oh,
but
it totally is.
it's a great film though. I love Rat Race.
I'm not sure if I would say Rat Race is a great film.
It's so good. It's so good. You need to
Oh,
rewatch it.
the part where John Lovitz steals Hitler's car and has
Oh,
this
it's
Hitler
so good.
mustache
It's so
and
good.
burns his tongue, goes like to the Jewish family next door. It was
race? I hope I
so
win.
funny.
Hold on.
Mr. Bean.
Hold on. Let me just say something here. I haven't seen Rat Race.
Have you really not?
Is that a part?
It's a legit. Okay,
in Rat
so
Race?
in Rat Race, John Lovitz, who is a Jewish fan, he plays a Jewish character. He's Jewish, but
Hold on. Wait, what? John Lovitz is Jewish?
I hate you so much. I wanted to set the stage because in the movie, it is known that his character is Jewish,
Yeah.
right? And so they end up, as part of this thing, stealing Hitler's like Guttenberg, his Strasbourg car or whatever from. God damn it! Shut up. Anyway, they steal his 1936 whatever car,
Yeah.
and they're driving it as a family, and like the cigarette lighter evidently still works, but then he like burns his tongue on it, and then there's still ash from it, and so he accidentally like wipes his mouth. So he's got a Hitler
Have you
mustache,
really never seen Rat Race?
and he
Wouldn't it be funny if I did? And I'm just letting him do
and
this.
he mumbles and he like talks to people and he's like, and he burned his hand too, so he's like kicking his hand out like the salute, and he's mumbling, goes,
it sounds pretty good.
it
No,
was actually
really good.
That
It's
scene was
so
really
good.
funny to me, and I haven't seen it in 20 years, but I still remember it. That's how indelible
we
that
need
is.
to rewatch that because I think Rowan Atkinson was really funny.
Yeah,
in the
honestly,
film.
there's some really. Have you really never seen it?
I've seriously never seen it.
It's so.
should.
Put it on the list. See if it still holds
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It probably will not. I'm putting
No,
that
but
one out
I
there.
remember loving it back in
Oh,
2000.
so funny.
It's funny that you brought up John Lovitz because I also just recently rewatched High School High. Did you guys watch High School
Oh
High?
my God, I do remember that.
Years and years ago.
Yeah, it's like basically like a
Was
parody.
it like 1996?
Yeah, something like that.
maybe
Like right
98.
after
Dangerous Minds.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like a parody of Dangerous Minds. That teaching movie with Edward James Olmos. That's basically the same thing. What's it called?
The other one was Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman. Like all these like uplifting.
Yeah.
You know, the toughest nails teacher is going to come in and change the world.
Yeah, and it's
Sister Act.
usually these.
Sister Act.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is kind of a little bit like that.
Hey, it's
poetic justice and things
none
like
of your
that.
business.
And it is like it's that thing of like you have a teacher who's like what really wants to change like an urban
An inner
downtrodden
city,
school and
These tough
Stand and
kids.
Deliver is the one with Edward James Olmos. Yeah, it's basically the same. It's where South Park got the idea for that episode where Cartman becomes a teacher. He's like, I have to teach these kids.
No, he says, how do I reach?
How do I
these
reach
kids?
these kids? And
I'm
so
not sure if you can do that.
I can. I'm Mexican.
Damn it.
And you'll learn. So High School High, it's funny because initially I was a little bit worried because like I hadn't seen it in a while, and one of the warnings on Stars, which is where it came from, they have a little card like the adult language, and that kind of thing. One of them was
Racist as hell.
one of them was IC, insensitive cultural depictions.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, interesting. Here's the
Brad's
thing.
like, watch it.
That's his. So he's got a Letterboxd account, and all of them are just on the IMDb rated for that specific tag.
I'm in.
What's interesting to me is that from my perspective, the movie doesn't have like, I wouldn't say that it's an insensitive cultural depiction necessarily because like it's parodying what these films actually did, which did have, somewhat stereotypical depictions of that kind of thing. And so while the jokes within them are making jokes about stereotypes, they're making them because the stereotypes were in those movies.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
the
little
Robert Downey
unfair,
Jr. In
Tropic
blackface.
Thunder, yeah.
It's like you can't do that anymore. It's like, well, the joke was that these movies did that. And
Yeah.
we're making fun of that.
Like
aspect
it's
of it.
like one of the
It's being lost. In
like
translation.
because there's like some really good jokes in it. Like it starts off, John Lovitz is the son of this guy who is the president of a private school, and like he wants to go teach at a school where he feels he can make a difference because he can't do it at this like fancy school. And so when he's standing in the office waiting to see his father, you hear the operator, the secretary, I think she's and so like, so and so Academy, are you white? And it's like, all right, we'll put you right through. And so there's a lot of like of just great stuff like that too. But yeah, I think it's still really funny, to be honest. Funnier and holds up better, I think, in some ways than the Hot Shots movies, which I also recently watched. I've been on a parody kick recently.
I've not rewatched those because I don't know if I want to.
I don't want to ruin my childhood.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because I remember loving them when I was a kid.
And it's okay
Oh.
if they're just not funny anymore. But if they are truly problematic, then I don't even want to know. Really, I'm
No,
like,
honestly,
you know?
there's
Ignorance is bliss. There.
it really
Yeah.
is.
it's honestly there's not really a lot. There's some problematic stuff in the like here and there. No more than any other
Sure.
80s or 90s comedy.
Did you rewatch Loaded Weapon 1?
I didn't, and I remember liking Loaded Weapon when
I
I was a
did
kid
too.
too.
I
So
did
I
too.
don't know about that one. Yeah, I should go rewatch that one. But yeah, there's still some funny stuff. But honestly, like the jokes aren't as clever, and they don't come as fast as they do in like The Naked Gun or Airplane. I think Naked Gun and Airplane, all those movies.
Airplane is the
are
best.
still
It
great.
is the that and Spaceballs are the
Agreed.
number one
Yeah.
and number two. And they're neck and neck.
Yeah, but the two Hot Shots movies, I was like, man, I remember these being funnier. And not just because I was a kid, because it was the same with Airplane and Naked Gun, but those still hold up as I've watched them as an adult. And these, they just didn't work as well for me. I was a little disappointed.
You see that John
Well,
Cryer
I'm
wanted
not
to do
gonna
Hot Shots Part 3.
Oh, does he?
I mean, he put it on Twitter, and he's now that Maverick has come out. He said we should probably do Hot Shots Part 3.
If it were anybody other than Charlie Sheen they had to bring back, I would be all about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like Judge Reinhold, find out what he's doing.
Steve
Steve
Guttenberg.
Guttenberg.
We did it, guys. Well, for Nate Laugs, for Bradford Oman, I'm Ben Conowitz. Thank you for listening to our another
Subscribe,
episode of
5 stars, tell your
our
friends.
stupid podcast. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?